Hello everyone, this is Plankara, and today we're going to continue rigging Shalom from Path to Nowhere. Sorry I'm a little bit late today, so let's just jump right in and hopefully make up for lost time here. At the very least, I do insist on going for at least an hour every day, because I do like to do at least an hour of creative projects every day. So starting late just means that I will end a little bit later. I'm here. Oh. Hello, Vivi. How are you doing today? Just noticed that there were some issues on the hair over here again. Might just be because I turned on the back hair here, but figure I should fix those things. After all, I do intend to have the back hair. Oh no. It's okay. You just need to make a new one. It'll all work out. I mean, I've proved to myself that humans are capable of sleeping at pretty much any time. What matters is consistency, not the time you actually sleep. Or maybe it does and I'll be feeling this for a while, but I mean, I've had a weird sleep schedule for a pretty long time now, probably since the birth of my son, really. I think that was around the time things got weird, and that was like 2.5 years ago, so... Alright, I feel like I've been having good luck staring at the mesh to find where some of the more severe problems are, so I'm gonna do that again. It's been working well for me. Yeah, and it looks like there are some issues around here. I should probably start from the top. I don't mind if they're a little off, I just want to get rid of some of the worst squirming. The worst of the squirming. Let's see here. I think it starts like right around here. Someday I will actually have these areas done in a way that I'm satisfied with. It's really weird. I don't know why these bangs are giving me so much trouble lately, but they have been quite unhappy with me for some reason. It's like every time I think I finally got them, I look back the next day and I'm just like, no, they are not done. I must continue poking them. I must make them better. It's okay, art is like that sometimes. In my off-stream style experiments, I've been feeling that a lot, where I have a particular minimalist style that I've enjoyed, but the more I started working with it, the more I felt like it was missing something. And I remember when I first made it a really long time ago. I don't know how long it's been, but it was a pretty long time ago. That I was like, yeah, this is great. I don't need to change anything. This is great just the way it is. And now I no longer think that, and I am taking steps to make it even better. That's just kind of how things work sometimes. I have long accepted that in a lot of ways I will probably never reach the point where I'm 100% satisfied with everything I make. Just because I always tend to find little improvements that I want to try. It's okay, it's fun. I make it sound like it's a bit maddening, but no, it's actually pretty satisfying. Being able to find new things to try and ways to make whatever I'm working on even better. I think that's just the kind of person I am in the end. Alright, here. I'm also afraid that one of the reasons that I can never seem to get it quite right is because I keep veering to the right and left, and the corners kind of, will muck things up. I'm kind of wondering if I should do this for a little while. Let's just get rid of all of the things. Will this help? Make it so things don't get weird and when I veer off to the sides. No, that definitely made it worse. Okay. It was worth a try. Okay. Yeah, because the one thing I was noticing is that, you see, when I move left and right at the bottom here, that things kind of shift a bit, because I haven't done the corners yet. And the computer is trying to figure out what should go here based on what's in these side ones here. And so I was afraid that it might be shifting the vertices and that I might not actually be looking at things correctly. And that is entirely possible. I just need to be a little bit more careful with how I move up and down. I guess it might be worth putting out a feature request for something that lets you go straight up and down. I'm not sure if such a thing already exists. Let me try some buttons. Yeah, Shift brings you straight there. Alt. Nope. Does not look like there's a hotkey to make it so I can go straight up and down. Just the Shift that makes it so you can only go to keyframes. That's not quite what I want here. So maybe I will suggest something like that. In the meantime, I'll just do the best with what I have. Alright, are things bothering me less now? Looks like there's still something over there. Yeah, and we're getting a little bit wrinkly right here. So there's still some shenanigans. Let's see, what's causing that? Right here. Right here got a little bit too low. I think that's what's causing that there. Alas, yesterday I did not get around to reading more interrogations. I have ended up just drawing the entire time as I kind of expected. That and my son woke up a little bit early. So I did some stuff with him before Grandma finally came to go play with him. I was very distracted by many other things. This is ultimately why I'm very behind and stuff like that. And today is Tuesday. Tuesday's the day I take my kids to the park. Because there's a mom group. I think they're part of like a local church or something. and they meet every Tuesday and bring all their kids to the park, so there's always lots of kids for them to play with there, and they have a great time. The older one really, really likes to socialize with other kids, so she's very happy when I'm able to take her. So I'd make a point of getting out there every Tuesday. Even when I don't necessarily feel like it. I'd have to be really sick and worried about being contagious in order to skip it. Or one of the kids would have to be sick. Like, it's different if one of them were sick. If it's just me, then that's fine. I can ignore that. That's totally fine. Still not so good over in this area. Yeah, these little areas just do not want to cooperate with me for some reason. What is going on here? It's weird because I mostly see it around here. But I'm not seeing too much off here. I mean, it doesn't help that the gray lines kind of blend in to her hair color right around there where it kind of turns gray. But I am not sure why it does not wish to cooperate with me. I swear, little vertices, I am friendly. I will help you get to where you want to be. You just gotta tell me where that is. Or at least give me some kind of hint. So I'm just gonna stare at the mesh and how it's deforming for a few minutes. And I will hopefully figure out what's going on. This is the real reason it takes me months to finish a rig. Because I get caught up on things that maybe I shouldn't be worrying about so much. But it bothers me. It bothers me to see everything squirming so much. Just the hazard of working with detailed art, I think. If I was using simpler art, this wouldn't be quite as hard. But there's lots of lovely shadows and highlights. And I want to represent them well. And I just think it'd be a bit of a shame if I left things like half done. Especially with as much effort as I've put into things already. I don't care if it's a sunk cost fallacy, I'm having a good time. Alright, but at least it's starting to kind of come together a little bit. Or at least enough that things aren't bothering me as much anymore, and I don't see nearly as much squirming in the vertices. Maybe it'll look fine when I take away the mesh now? Still just a little bit right through here. Alright. How's that area squirming? Looks like it's almost there. Just gonna try to fix up these last few areas. Let me see. Are they getting closer? Or are they getting closer together here? No, not really. Something is definitely changing in those angles there. What is wrong? The question for the ages, and the question that I'm trying to figure out here. Is like I can tell that something is moving strangely here. Maybe I should try without staring at the mesh for a little bit and actually just look at the art itself. Feel my way through that way. If one method's not working, it's time to try another one. And then if it's not... And it's also entirely possible that what I'm seeing is actually an issue in the back hair there. But I don't think so. This time I actually don't think so. It's like sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference, especially when the colors are similar. But in this case, the colors are very different. The colors are very different, so I feel like I should be able to tell them apart. I guess should is a dangerous word. I'll keep it in mind just in case. 'Cause that'll be something worth looking into as well, but I don't know, when I look back there, everything looks pretty okay. Like, I don't see a lot of squirming in that back hair there. Like, I did pretty well in keeping that where it should be. It's like, I guess there's a couple of areas that could be a little bit better. Mostly just, like, right around here. Pulling that area down just a little bit. But overall, I did feel like that area was working pretty well. But I'll make a few changes over here just in case. Try to follow the flow of this hair a little bit better. Looks like it might need to kind of come over here just a little bit more. Yeah, I think that helped a little bit. I don't think it helped what I was looking at, but it helped some other stuff. I'll take it. Better is better. No need to be picky. I'm also kind of afraid that I won't quite be able to get a lot of this exactly the way I want it just because of how it was meshed. I made this a fairly undetailed one, which was probably a mistake. I guess I didn't think that it was going to be very prominent, which is accurate, but I think it's a little bit more noticeable than I was giving it credit for. It's not the front bangs here, but it's right next to him. So I think it needs a good amount of attention too. Although I admit, just taking a second to work on a different strand of hair is honestly refreshing after poking at the bangs for so long. Even I can get sick of working at the same area for a very, very long time. It's okay. That just means I need to mix it up a little bit. See. Just see how it all works out here. Yeah, this area is kind of getting compressed, but I'm not sure if I can uncompress it very well. Maybe I can? Maybe. Let's really dig into this area. Because I think I can make it a little bit better than what it currently is. Just move the vertices a little bit further apart and kind of stretch it out, and I think that'll get the effect that I want. And I might fix some other areas too. I hope. I guess it'll either fix them or make them worse, and I can only hope that it'll be the first. Yeah. It's not quite right, but it's better. I'll take better. Do feel like I'm moving it around in circles somewhat, but it happens sometimes while I'm trying to feel my way through things. Because I tried some ideas that I had, but they didn't quite work out. Now I think it's already kind of coming together a little bit better. The main thing is just like right here. Okay. I'm going to focus on that area I just pointed out and try to get the right combination of this being round and this being flat. This vertex is kind of the important one here. I'll just gradually move it over until everything looks right. I think this one needs to come over with it. Move them both until it looks smooth, and then see if that looks better. I think that's a little bit better. It's getting there. Never quite seem to be satisfied with the position of that lower area, but that's okay. I'll keep poking at it. The right position can't elude me forever. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere here. Now it's like over here that I'm seeing the squirming. But this needs to come a little bit further this way. Alright, now I'm gonna look at the mesh and see how it's moving. Maybe that'll give me the last couple of hints that I want for how this should go. I'm not too worried about these ones underneath the bang there. Just because they're underneath something, and if I worried about stuff that people can't even see, like, that's a level of perfectionism that's even beyond me. Let's see here. This guy a little over here. Overall, I'm not too far off, so I think at this point I'm just going to stick to looking at the art itself. Just so I don't get too caught up in some of the minor mesh details and how it's moving. Because it's actually quite hard to see what things actually look like when I'm there staring at the mesh. So I feel like that particular technique is good for when there are really big problems that I'm just either having trouble identifying, or they're just like so ridiculously massive that looking at the art is pretty much pointless because everything is wrong. And I just need to move large groups of things into place. So I will keep that in mind for the future. Alright, I guess I'll start from the top here and start working my way down. I think I have most stuff in at least relatively good spots. Now I just want to focus on these last couple of details here. If I get too annoyed with them, I'll just go back to working on the bang itself, because I think I probably have anything that would have been bothering me about this back area all worked out. Let's see here. Yeah, I can definitely use this dark area that it kind of connects into, this area up here, as a bit of a hint as well. Should probably be starting there, actually. Makes a bit more sense. Yeah, and I probably won't be able to do the side there until I start getting all up in there. And I don't think I want to go all up in there right now. I'll just focus kind of in here and try to go down by the bang. One thing at a time, and the bang is definitely more my focus here. This is just extra to hopefully help me figure out what's going on with the bang itself. That's the hope, anyway. We'll see how it works out. This is... Let's see. I definitely want to try to get that area really good before I go back to the bang. Just because this is the area right next to it. And if it starts squirming, it's gonna distract from working on the bang itself. Like, I'm just gonna see it squirming in the corner of my eye, and it's gonna bother me a lot. I do think I have to do a little bit more on that before I can really dig back into the bang. So I'm looking at the angle here. This is pretty straight, and then it has a dark area kind of cutting into it. So that's what I'm trying to replicate here. We're seeing a little bit more of the dark area just due to how this area is moving. Like, I don't think that this area kind of on the side is going to go as far down as the bang, just due to how hair connects to the head. It's like the head is a sphere. And this hair is kind of connecting toward the top. Whereas this is connecting toward the front. And this is the stuff that's beside her face. So it makes sense that the stuff a little bit further back would not move quite as far down. So something like that, maybe. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. Now I just kind of want to get this top bit. Needs to point a little bit more this way. A little bit more to the left there. Alright, pointing the right direction, and now I just have to slide it into place. It just needed to be a little bit further to the right. There we go. Autosave helping me out here? Yep. Okay. Alright, so now I think that part is in place well enough for me to go back to the bang itself. And we'll see if there's still things that are bothering me, or if it was indeed just me seeing things squirm in the side that was bothering me. And it does look like, unfortunately, that I do see a couple of things squirming through here. Cannot let the hair squirm like this. Structure is very important. I don't mind if the strands squirm as much, like any loose hair and stuff, just because that's going to move a lot once I get physics, but for a lot of these kind of structure-defining ones, especially the ones near the face, I want to make sure they're good. I want to make sure they're good, strong, and healthy. Not squirming at all. There we go. There we go. Okay, that's a little bit better. Now the angle here is wrong, but I think I see the issue. Right here is sliding up, so I want to move these vertices down a little bit. Compensate for that sliding that is happening. Pushing everything in, making it all a little bit rounder. Hopefully I'm not overdoing it, but that was what I saw when I was zoomed out. Or at least relatively zoomed out. 400% instead of 700%. Still very zoomed in because it's much easier to grab the vertices that way. And make these small adjustments that I really need to make. So right now they're very tiny. And it's hard to make teeny tiny adjustments when I'm not zoomed in. main areas that I consider important on this hair is this line going down and the shadow right next to it. The other stuff down here isn't quite as important. But that's why I'm very fixated on this highlight right here, just because I do think it defines much of the movement and the structure of this particular strand of hair. And if its movement is off, I think it'll be noticeable once I really start making everything move around. It's like we'll see how right I am once I actually have enough done to start, like, testing the model. I kind of want to have physics and stuff done first before I start testing. At least, hair and face physics. So that'll be physics on, like, the eyes and the hair especially. Mostly those two places. I've seen a little bit of a trend of people putting some physics on the mouth. Like, my personal model does have some physics in the mouth, mostly just the inside of it. I don't really move the lips around very much or anything, just when I open my mouth, just, little sparkles going on in there. But, I don't think such things suit Shalom very much. So I don't want to overdo it. She's a very subdued character. Definitely more in the realm of the ominous than the bouncy. So I don't want to get too carried away with physics. It'd be kind of hard not to get carried away with physics though, because physics are a lot of fun. I'm still very much looking forward to doing the hair physics. That's going to be a good time. And at the very least, her hair is extremely floofy, so I can get away with making it at least a bit bouncy. Man. I swear, I get rid of one lump and I just create a new one. Alright, trying again. Right through here, just does not wish to cooperate. Or maybe just because I'm being extra picky and trying to pick out all the details in there. But no, it just, I don't know. It does not seem to be pleased no matter where I put things. It's like these vertices won't be happy no matter where they go. Not expecting these two bangs to take me like half a week to do. Sometimes things do not go according to plan. It's fine. I'll get them. I'll get them. Alright. Just trying to really dig into the little details there, so that maybe I can find whatever it is that's making them not look quite right. But it's still proving elusive to me. I might just switch to the other one for a little while. For a change of pace. Yeah, I think I will. Alright. Let's see how this one's doing. This one I felt like it was going places last time. Yeah, and I still think things mostly look pretty good here. Don't have too many complaints. Just want to stretch out. Some spots are right through here. Yeah, just some very minor details here. I probably won't spend too much time on them. Although I guess my brain is just somewhat in detail mode right now after trying to figure out what was wrong with the other side. Still not sure. But at least here, the problems are very minor. Some minor bits of shifting, and a little bit of blobbiness. You do not want blobs in your hair. That would be deeply unfortunate. So we'll try to work out some of those blobs. There we go. That already looks a little bit better, I think. Yeah. Already a little bit better. Fortunately, I don't think the things here were too far off, so I just noticed a bit of shifting that I wanted to get rid of. There's some of these little vertices just feel like they should be a little bit higher up. And I'll go ahead and help them up here. This way, hopefully they'll stop squirming and looking so uncomfortable. And just enjoy their time in their new home. We're at the downward face angle. That might have been a little bit too much, but... Oh no, it wasn't. Sweet. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay. Definitely had me worried for a second, but it all worked out. This side is being much more cooperative than the other side, so I'm kind of glad I switched. This way maybe I could stop flailing for a little bit. Might take some time off stream to see if I can diagnose what's wrong. I won't move anything. I do like making sure that 100% of the changes that I actually, make is done on screen. But occasionally I do like to look into things if I'm taking too long to figure it out. And I think this might be one of those cases. Kind of a weird case, but it happens sometimes. But... Huh. How's that supposed to look? Alright, looks like I'm pulling things in too much. That's probably why it looks a bit strange. I need to pull these back out. This is one thing I've noticed while rigging for a while now, is that if no matter what direction you move a vertex, something just about it just seems off. And generally it's like just way off. It's like not even close to being in the right position. And that was indeed the case there. I just had to zoom out and check it. Check to make sure my assumptions were right, and indeed they were wrong, and that's why I couldn't find the right spot. And by zooming out and getting the necessary perspective, I was then able to find the spot that I wanted to go into. Now it looks better. All worked out. Fortunately, some of the changes that I'm making are making the bottom strands a little bit wrinkly again, but hopefully I can just get this white part looking right and then focus on the strands instead of trying to do them both at once. Hopefully their squirming doesn't bother my peripheral vision too much, as is often the case with such things. I really would like to get the white part done before I get too deep into the strands again, though. Since it seems like it is not quite right. And this white part is really useful for figuring out where those strands should be. Like, I don't think I could place the strands relative to anything but this white area. In fact, I actually kind of want to turn off that strand there just so it doesn't get in the way. But yes, I do not think I'll even be able to get close to figuring out where those strands should go until I know how this white part is going to shake out. And right there I made it a little bit too round. So now I'm kind of tucking things back in a little bit. Needs to be a little bit straighter. I don't know, this is looking a little bit wrinkly, so it tells me it's probably not quite right, but I want to see where it's not quite right. Okay. This part out, this part in. So you need to go out, you need to go in. And then right here has a few vertices attached to it, so I just kind of need to find the right ratio for each of those actually needs to go. Okay, so let's see, why is this wrong? I can tell it's wrong. Okay, so I'll start from the top. The angle on this dark spot is totally wrong. Okay, so that's based on this guy right here, and to a lesser extent this guy. So I think if I can get him in a good spot, that'll give me a better idea of where everything else should go. So is this a good spot for that black spot? Okay, curving it a little bit too much. Black spot is being curved a little bit too much there. There we go. Now it's a little bit straighter. Perfect. That's exactly where that needs to go. And then I'm seeing some shifting on the areas right above it. So that tells me that these need to be pulled down a little bit. Something like that. Yeah. That's a bit better. And then I'm noticing that this highlight is moving like inward a little bit. That tells me that the center vertices here need to be pushed a little bit further this way. The outer ones here might need to be pulled out a little bit to compensate. So maybe something like that. Just gotta take this one step at a time. I think that might have been my problem earlier, where I was indeed trying to rush a little bit. And now that I'm taking things slow and taking the details a little bit better, this side is coming to me. So maybe I will be able to make the other side work for me as well, if I just take my time and really stare at the landmarks a little bit better. But for now, I think I'm just going to continue finishing off this one. One thing at a time. Just making some mental notes to myself for later. Okay. There's a little bit of shifting right there. Actually, it is around a highlight, so I should probably care. I was gonna say, I'm not sure how much I really care. But it is right around this little highlight here. So I should probably care a little bit. I don't want it to be pulled downward when it shouldn't be. Okay, I moved it a little bit too much. But that was just a minor spot there. If there was no little highlight, I probably would have ignored it entirely. There we go. Okay, and then still some issues around this highlight. Maybe what I actually wanted was this to go a little bit further this way, and then to pull the outer ones outward a little bit more to compensate for that. But I think that little shift in the highlight is small enough that I'm actually not going to worry about it. Okay. So now that I think I can be confident about all of the parts up there, let's continue working my way down. Okay, I still feel like black line is shifting downward a little bit. The top of it is, at least. So this should be a little bit higher up. And this probably should be too. Okay, I think that's okay. So now I'm going to stare at the rest of this and figure out where it needs to go. So I think that needed to be a little bit further down. And a little bit more out. I think it's being pushed inward just a little bit. There we go. A little bit higher. That vertex needs to go just a little bit higher here. Okay, now I think it's good. So now I think I can move on to the one underneath it. Be this one. Okay, I didn't move the black line much. Was that more than it should move. No, I think it's doing fine there. So I think that movement was okay, and the rest I can probably just fix via this vertex instead. Black line area good? I think so. Okay, so now let's look at the highlight nearby. I can see that it's kind of twisting that way, which tells me that the vertices in the center need to come a little bit further this way. This is altering black line a little bit, so I kind of want to compensate for that. Then I'm just going to adjust these vertices here to kind of smooth out that change. Well, let's see here. Kind of feels like it's shifting downward. So I think I want these to come out and up a little. All of them. Everything right through there. Okay, that was a little bit too much up for a couple of them. So this one can come down, but the amount that I pulled it out I think is perfect. Looks very much like the shape from above. Okay, this area still feels like it's being pushed inward, so I probably do want to push this out just a little bit more. Maybe not that much. Maybe somewhere around there. Try to keep the line fairly straight because I think it's pretty straight in the original. Yes. And then this area has a little, this little shadow area has a little bit of a lump on it. So I'll try to get that little tiny lump back. Let's see, did I get that shape back? Yes, I think that's perfect. I just need to smooth out the outside here. Something like that. Okay. Now, move on to the next area. The first thing I see is this highlight is... Let's see, it's not really getting distorted, but it is getting pulled inward a little bit. So that tells me that I kind of want to push this vertex downward. Give that little highlight a little bit more space. Space it desires. And try to get its relative shape a little bit better there. Probably something like that. A little bit more. Right idea, just needs a little bit more right through here. Try not to move a lot of the other vertices too much. Only when it's really necessary to stop things from being crunchy. Okay. The spot that I was looking at specifically I think is better. So now I can fix some of the other areas around it, like this, the little tail end of the shadow there. I want that to be moving at the right angle. It's shifting. There's some stuff shifting around here a little bit, so let's try to push it back up. See if that gets me the shape I want. Yeah, pretty close. I think that's probably good enough. So now I want to get the right angle on this shadow, which I don't think will take very much. It's pretty close to being right already. Just need to kind of point it a little bit more downward. Alright, with that, almost to the tip. So now I need to focus on getting the angle of this tip right. Let me go stare at it for just a little while longer. Okay, I think I got it. You just come out a little bit and down a little bit. That may not be right. Yeah, tip needs to come out a little bit more. And I need to curl it a little bit flatter. Something kind of like this. Okay, and now I think once I finish correctly curling the strand here and kind of smoothing everything out, that everything should be right. And all it took was like, I don't know, 10 minutes of me hardcore rambling to myself while I tried to figure that out. Okay, not quite right yet, but it's pretty close. Definitely closer than it was when I started, and I will take that progress. So at this point, what I really needed to do was just break everything down into much smaller components instead of just, I don't know, thinking that's a lot of intense staring would solve all my problems. Sometimes it does, in this case, it did not. Intense staring will not solve my problems when I'm having this much difficulty identifying what the problems are in the first place. But good to know, and a lesson I can take with me into the future. Probably into tomorrow when I go back and try to finish the bang on the right side again. Her right, not my right. I do a little bit more here, and then that'll be where I end things for today. But I think I want to do a little bit more around the tip here. See if I can't get them all cooperating with me. There might be a few too many areas not cooperating to make me want to finish it today. But I'd like to make a little bit more progress before I go get myself some food. Just because I do feel like I am very close, although, man, with that one, I felt like I just got a little bit further away. Oh no. Happens sometimes. I did not make the right decision for where to put things. Yep. I generally grab myself something to eat right after stream. I have an irrational fear of the stove, so I pretty much just cook things that I can microwave, or things that don't need cooking at all. And I call it good. And then I fuel my brain for a few more hours of off-stream stuff until my kids wake up. At some point I might actually start recording some of my off-stream stuff. And then upload that as speed paints. Or I just have just the time-lapse portion. When I started this most recent one, it was because I was in a little bit of a slump. And so I didn't really want to record that. I just wanted to take it easy and let drawing be fun for a little while. Do what I want, not worry about having to, like if I took a break to watch something or had some a podcast or something in the background, not really worrying about that, or if I wanted to watch, just have something I'm listening to, even though it sometimes has video that I want to watch, and just periodic breaks and stuff like that. I didn't want to worry about it. That's why I didn't record this one, but I do hope to record some future stuff I do. I do think that'll be fun. Just might require a little bit more editing once I actually once I go to speed it up. At least with stream footage, I'm basically working the entire time. So I don't really have to worry about it. I can just speed it up and it's fine. Alright. Seems like the tips are not quite cooperating with me today, so I think I will work on them tomorrow, and I will stop there for today. So thank you all for coming. If you'd like me to take a look at your own creative projects, whether that be art, writing, coding, game design, or any other creative pursuit you can think of, feel free to message or at me on Twitter, Instagram, or the social media of your choice, and I'll take a look and maybe leave some comments. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.